Good morning, friends. Happy Saturday. Today we're reflecting on Mark chapter 1, verses 12 through 15. During this first Sunday of Lent, we read about Jesus going out into the desert for 40 days. And I don't know about you, but I feel like these first two sentences of the gospel passage feel like an emotional roller coaster. Because first, the Spirit drives Jesus out into the desert and he remains for 40 days. And then we hear that he's tempted by Satan and he's in the wild, but also that the angels ministered to him, which is really beautiful. It feels like this back and forth, and like, why would the Spirit drive him out into the desert in the first place? And is this a positive or a negative experience? And I can't totally answer these questions, but I do believe that these details are significant, and that it's such a gift for us to be invited to enter into Lent, and to echo this season where Jesus stayed in the desert for 40 days. When you get to know the Bible and you see the number 40, you know that something significant is at work. Like the rain in the story of Noah falling for 40 days and 40 nights in that time where purification was needed. Like the 40 days and nights that Moses was on Mount Sinai with God, as God revealed his heart and his law to Moses on behalf of his chosen people. And like the Israelites who wandered the desert for 40 years because honestly, mostly they were just being turds, but also because they needed refinement in their obedience to the Father. 40 is a significant amount of time in which God is intentionally purifying, drawing near, teaching, and revealing more fully to his chosen people his love for them. And we see in the second half of today's gospel passage that it's also a time of preparation for one's mission. Isn't it so beautiful that in different ways God has tended to the hearts of his people throughout Scripture and the story of salvation history in 40-day or 40-year increments, and that he wants to do the same for you over these next 40 days? That he may speak to you, refine you, prepare you, and bend down to you and reveal something to your heart about his great love for you. His kindness is so stunning. I really encourage you to take even just 5 minutes aside today to begin this desert journey by simply asking, Lord, what do you want to reveal to me this Lenten season? And in the silence and stillness, listen, because he has something to say uniquely to you, his beloved one. While there will be temptations in this desert, and we'll probably undergo our own emotional roller coasters in this 40-day season, we can be certain that if the Spirit has beckoned us here to the desert with him, with Jesus, that it's with intentionality and purpose, that it's in love. And ultimately, his heart is for you, and his beckoning you to these 40 days in the wilderness of your own heart can be summed up in the words from the book of the prophet Hosea, a story about a groom and his bride. And he says, "Therefore I will now allure her, and bring her into the desert, and speak tenderly to her." So that's all I've got for today, my friends. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you next Saturday.